Hi, welcome to my video on synthetic division part 1. But before I do synthetic division, I want to apologize for the error that I made on video number 12, dividing polynomials, page 3 of 5, number 3. I had a -1, -36 is supposed to be a -37. And for some reason, I wrote down the -36, I guess just because it's there. Or I had one of those little brain lapses. So let's move on to dividing by synthetic division. So I have some problems here, and I'm just going to show you the pattern, and then I'll explain it, how it works. So if you have this setup, what we do, we draw a line right here. We bring down the 1 right here. We go 3 times 1 is 3. Add 7. 3 times 7 is 21. And we add, we get 28. And 3 times 28 is 84. And we add, and we get 92. So again, the pattern is don't draw a line here, draw a line underneath here. Bring down your 2, multiply -1 times 2, -2. Add 1, multiply -1 times 1, -1. Add -3. And again, if you know about synthetic division, then pause the video and work each of these out. There we go. Draw a line, bring down the 2, multiply 8, add 1, multiply 4, add 4. 4 times 4 is 16, add 22. Draw a line, bring down the 1, and -2 times 1 is -2, add -2, multiply -2, -2 is a 4, add 1. -2 times 1, -2, add -2. -2 times -2 is 4, add gives you 12. And you can see we have a pattern going. Draw a line, bring down your 4. -3 times 4 is -12. Add, we get a 0. -3 times 0 is 0. Add -1. -3 times -1 is 3. Add to get 6. -3 times -6, or 6, is -18. Add, and you get -25. And just one more for the pattern. Draw a line. Bring down your 1. Multiply 2. Add -1. Multiply -2. Add 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Add -5. 2 times -5, -10. Add -6. So this is the pattern we're going to be using synthetic division. And let me explain what we're trying to do, why we're doing synthetic division. Let's do this division here by long division. Let's divide x minus 1 into x squared minus 4x plus 5. X into x squared gives you x. And we put the x above the x to keep powers the same. So x times x is x squared. X times -1 is -x. And that's a negative, that's a plus, so we make it a minus, because we're adding on the opposite. That's a minus, so we make it a plus. 1 and -1 cancels out. -1, make that a plus now. -4 plus 1 is, draw the line, we have a -3. Bring down the 5. X into -3x is -3. Multiply back, -3 times x, -3x. -3 times -1 plus 3. Draw a line, we're subtracting. So that negative becomes a positive. That positive becomes a negative. Negative 3 plus 3 cancels out. Plus 5 minus 3 is a 2. So, watch what I'm going to do now. This divisor right here is x minus 1. So I'm going to put its opposite here, like an x-intercept. Think about it. X minus 1, this is a 1. So I'm making it the opposite. Now I'm writing the coefficients of 1, negative 4, and 5. 1, negative 4, and 5. That's in descending order. So we draw a line, bring down the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Add, negative 3. Multiply, negative 3. Add, you get a 2. And there's a pattern here. Notice when we were doing these, we were adding on the opposite. But here, I did the opposite first. The opposite of a negative 1 is a plus 1 as an intercept or as a factor. Opposite of this factor as a root of 1. You'll see that coming up more later. So when you look at these right here, just look at these right here. Just look at these three. There they are right there. That's a 1, a negative 4, 1, negative 3. Negative 4, 1, negative 3. Then look at these three here. That's a 5, negative 3, 2. 5, negative 3, 2. That was the first. This is the second division. So you see a pattern. Now, let's divide this out to see it again. X into 3x squared gives me 3x. Multiply back. 3x squared plus 6x. Draw a line. Positive becomes a negative. Positive becomes a negative. Plus 3 minus 3 cancels out. Plus 7 minus 6 is just x. Bring down your negative 6. X into x goes plus 1. Multiply back. X. Multiply back. Plus 2. That's a plus, so we make it a minus. That's a plus, so we make it a minus. So plus 1 minus 1 cancels out. Negative 6 minus 2 is negative 8. So that's the long way to do division. Let's do it with synthetic division. That's a plus 2. So let's make it the opposite of a minus 2. And this is a 3. That's a quadratic is x squared, x, and a constant. So it's a 3, 7, and a negative 6. Draw a line down below here. Bring down your 3. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. 7 and negative 6 is 1. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Add negative 8. And again, just notice we have these three right here is 7, negative 6, 1. 7, negative 6, 1. And notice these three right here is negative 6, negative 2, negative 8. So this is the long division. But if you did synthetic division and did the opposite here, you can do this very quickly, way faster than this. And we have a binomial into 4 terms, polynomial. And notice that this is a cube, square, 1 is descending order. So the long division is x into 4x cubed is a 4x squared. Multiply back, 4x cubed, and negative 2 times 4x squared is negative 8x squared. Draw a line, and we're subtracting, so that makes that a negative 4 and a plus 8. They cancel. Negative 3 plus 8 is 5x squared. Bring down your negative 12x, and x into 5x squared gives me plus 5x. Multiply back. 5x times x, 5x squared. 5x times negative 2, negative 10x. Draw a line. That's an addition, so we make it a minus. That's a minus, we make it a positive. Remember, we're adding on the opposites. They cancel. Negative 10 plus negative 12 plus 10 is a negative 2x. Bring down your 1. X into negative 2x is negative 2. Multiply back, negative 2x plus 4. Change signs, that's a minus, so we make it a plus. That's a plus, so we make it a minus. Negative 2 plus 2 cancels out. Plus 1 minus 4 is negative 3. That's the long division. Let's see how fast we do it synthetic. That's a minus 2, so we put the opposite of 2, which is 2. And then all the terms are here, so 3, 2, 1 constant. So the 4, negative 3, negative 12, and a 1. Draw a line, bring down your 4, multiply. 8, add. 5, multiply. 10, add. Negative 2, multiply. Negative 4, add. Negative 3. So you notice, just notice now, notice that's a 1x minus 3, so that's a 1 and a minus 3. Notice, remainder of 2. Notice here we got a 3x plus 1, so this is a 3 and a 1, remainder of negative 8. Notice here we have a 4, 5, negative 2, 4, 5, negative 2, remainder of negative 3. When you divide, this is the remainder. This is your quotient. So notice your remainder right here is always right on the end. That's your remainder there. We'll go over that more later. So let's divide these with synthetic division now. Here we go. So that's plus 4, so we make it a minus 4. And that's a, they're in order, 2, 1 constant, so it's a 1, 6, 8, 1, 6, 8. Draw a line, bring down your 1, multiply, negative 4, add 2, multiply, negative 8, add 0. And we got a minus 3, so we make it a plus 3, and that's 2, 1 constant, so it's a 2, negative 9. You have to make sure, and you'll see it coming up shortly, these got to be in descending order. And draw a line, we bring down to 2, that's a 6. When we multiply, add, negative 3, multiply, negative 9, add, negative 13. And that's a plus 1, so we make it a minus 1 is the opposite. And 3, 2, 1 constant. So it's a 1, 4, negative 10, negative 13. Draw a line and bring down your 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. 4, negative 1 is 3. Multiply, negative 3, add, negative 13. Negative 1 times negative 13 is 13. Add, we get a 0. And again, that's a plus 3, so we make it a minus 3, doing synthetic division. And that's a 3, 2, 1 constant, perfect. So it's 3, 8, 1, negative 2. Draw a line, we bring it down, we get a 3. Multiply, negative 9, add, negative 1. Multiply, 3, add, 4. Multiply, negative 12, add, negative 14. Okay, this one is a long one, so I'll move it right here. So that's minus 2, so we make it a 2. And that's a 4, 3, 2, 1, everything is there. So we go 2, 1, negative 4, negative 1, and 6. Draw a line, bring down your 2. 2 times 2 is 4, add 5. 2 times 5 is 10, add 6. 2 times 6 is 12, add 11. 2 times 11 is 22, add 28. And we got a 5, a 4, remember we got, this is a quintix, this is a quartix, this is a cubic, and so we're going to go with the opposite, which is a negative 10. And we go, they're all there, so we go 1, 10, 3, 28, negative 20, negative 3. Draw a line, bring down your 1. Negative 10 times 1, negative 10, 0. Negative 10 times 0 is 0. Add 3. Negative 10 times 3, negative 30. Add negative 2. Negative 10, negative 2 is 20. Gives you 0. Negative 10 times 0 is 0. You get a negative 3. So hopefully you will see the pattern that we're going to use with synthetic division. And let's do some more examples. And again, I just have one more before I get into this. And again, don't forget to pause your video. So we have negative 1, let's make it a plus 1. And notice we have a 2, 1, it's in descending order, so we got a 6, negative 5, and 3. Draw a line, bring down your 6. 1 times 6 is 6, add 1. 1 times 1 is 1, add 4. And it's the same here. We have 3, 2, 1 constant, so that's a negative 1. And it's a 7, negative 1, negative 13, negative 4. There's nothing missing, so everything is okay. So bring down your 7. Negative 1 times 7, negative 7. Add negative 8. Negative 1 times negative 8 is 8. Add is negative 5. Negative 1 times negative 5 is 5. Add, we get a 1. Now notice here that we have, it's not in descending order. So I have to go x, 10x cubed, minus 3x squared, plus 12x, minus 41. So the numerators in descending order. Now down here I got a negative 3 plus x. That's x minus 3. It has to be in descending order, both the polynomial on the top and the divisor on the bottom. So we got a minus 3, so we need a 3. So 3, 2, 1, 0. So it's a 10, negative 3, 12, negative 41. Draw a line, bring down to 10, multiply. We get 30. That gives us 27. 3 times 27 is 81. That gives us a 93. And 3 times 93 is a 9. 3 nines are 27. And we add the negative onto that, we get a 231. Just make sure. We get an 8. 231, right? And it's positive. And do we have descending order here? Perfect. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, we got one missing. So we have x plus 2, 6x to the 5, plus x to the 4, plus x cubed, minus 7x squared, plus 0x, plus 7. If I don't put this 0x in here, then I'm not going to have the right order when I divide. So this is a negative 2 into 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. I got a 6. I have a 1. I have a 1. I have a negative 7. I have a 0 and a 7. So it's important that we do descending order, and ending missing we fill in with a 0. Draw a line, and we bring down to 6. That's a negative 12, negative 11, 22, multiply, add, 23, multiply is a negative 46. That's a negative 53. Multiply is 106. Add is 106. Multiply, we get a negative 212. And that gives us a negative 205. So again, 0 is missing. The x term is missing, so fill it in. So that means the 0 goes in here. So you bring it down, multiply, add, and you get to the end. You can see the pattern that I'm developing with synthetic division. And 2 more to do. Just divide by synthetic division. Synthetic division is short, but the only thing is, we have to go with, as a 3, 1, so I got an x cubed, I got no x squareds, minus 15x minus 3. And this is x minus 4. That's okay. So I have a 4. I do the opposite. And that's a 1, 0, negative 15, negative 4. Again, if you didn't put the 0 in, you would not do it right. You have to fill in any terms that are missing, fill it in with a 0. Bring down your 1, multiply, 4, add, 4, multiply, 16, add, 1, multiply, 4. Good. Again, remind, you'll see coming up later, you'll see that this is the remainder. If you did the long division by the long way, you would get, up at the top, you would get a 1, 4, 1, and remainder of 0. Everything cancels at the end. But we'll talk about more later. And this one, let's see what we have. X squared constant, so we have a 3x to the fourth first term. We have no x cubes. We have a negative 13x squared. We have no x's. And we have a 20. So notice 4, 3, 2, 1, and constants at the end. And this is an x plus 2. Constant is always at the end. So we have negative 2. And because I filled them in, that's a 3, 0, negative 13, 0, and 20. Now you don't have to do this right here. You can look at this and say, well, the leading term is a 3. The cube is not there, so I put a 0 in. The square got a negative 13. The x is not here, so I put a 0. So I wrote this out only to explain what's happening. Make sure. Don't make an error. But you can omit this and put it 3 in, put the 0, and as you go down, if it's not there, then you put a 0. So here we go. Bring down to 3. Multiply. Negative 6. Add. Negative 6. Multiply. 12. Add. Negative 1. Multiply. 2. Add. 2. Multiply. Negative 4. Add. 16. So that's practice using synthetic division. And you'll see how we're going to use that in the videos that are following after this one. And if you like my video, click the like button, click the subscribe button, and visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Bye-bye.